Hello and welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
And I'm Marley Silverbrand.
Our
back
special
again.
Guest.
Oh yeah.
And
I
I
tried
walked
not to.
right over you.
I tried not to. It's like, all right, this time we won't walk over each other. I'm like, oh, fuck it, too late.
It seems like we always do that.
Yeah, it's bound to happen sooner or later. But anyway.
But I sort of have a story, if you don't mind.
Go for
leading
it.
with it. So I work at a pizza parlor, and I walk to work every single day since it's like 10 to 15 minute walk. And I got up like really early and wanted to just take like a shortcut. And I felt like the earth like move beneath me. Mm-hmm. And it's right around for context for you guys, it's right around like the high school area.
Alrighty.
Right around downtown Sonora. And like I said, the earth was was moving, and it felt like I was going to be in War of the Worlds. And all of a sudden, like, water started spurting up, and just like...
Wait, this really happened like that?
Hmm?
It was like a pipe explosion?
Yeah, it was a pipe explosion, but
badass.
it was just like, the ground is moving, and it's just like, it was like a bomb just went...
This sounds like the beginning of like the music video, like, dancing in the street, like
What?
Mick Jagger and David Bowie dance on by.
I just felt like I was going to see Tom Cruise just run by.
Oh,
just like... War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
It's either going to be like Tom Cruise or David Bowie and Mick Jagger, one or the other.
Yeah. But I suppose...
You know, War of the Worlds could have been just this like flat out amazing movie.
It could have
It's
been.
ruined by two people. Two people ruined
Dakota
it.
Fanning.
The kids.
The kids, yeah. They're so
Wait, the kids? I
fucking
thought it was-
annoying.
Dakota Fanning and White
Tom
Goku.
Cruise's kids.
Oh, yeah.
in that
that's
movie.
Right. That's right.
Dakota Fanning and White Goku.
And it's one of those ones like, that movie really, it has everything else going for it, but those two kids find a way to ruin the entire movie.
Yeah.
Which, did you see World War Z, by the way?
No.
Well, the one thing is, like, I thought that movie was going to have that exact same problem, and they do the smart thing, like, no, let's get these kids out of this movie for a second. They'll just hang out the ship. Let's focus on Brad Pitt.
Which also movie comes on Netflix or television or something.
Yeah. So I survived the apocalypse today.
You survived the apocalypse?
Yeah.
So that was today, the water explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I actually, did anybody, last week was 4th of July. Did anybody do anything crazy for 4th of July?
Crickets.
I threw my back out.
Doesn't take a
That
long
was
for you to throw your
crickets.
back out.
No.
It's like...
The hand violin. I almost became Two-Face on 4th of July, actually.
No, when you went fishing?
Yeah, well, what
What,
happened
did
is,
part of your face get blown up?
it almost did.
Oh,
No,
really? Oh,
Almost.
wow.
Yeah, no, what happened is, I went with Cisco and our friend Amanda, and she brought a friend too, and we went to go down to
Were these all the
Maloney's.
loud friends?
I want to see they're loud.
Well,
but-
Cisco told me, he's like, Ryan brought a bunch of loud friends with him. We just, like...
Loud friends, they're his friends too. Throw me under the fucking bus.
He didn't say they were his friends. He just said, he's like, we brought all these loud friends who just didn't understand what fishing was about.
They're his fucking friends too.
He didn't say they were his friends. I think they're just your loud friends.
He was fucking Amanda further. I won't go into that. They dated for a while, whatever. Okay.
Apparently not friends anymore.
No, they're still friends. Anyway, so fucking throw me under the bus. Yes, Ryan
Ryan
brought
and
his
his
fucking.
loud friends fucking the fish all ran away.
It's got like this image of me like a poster for like a movie. Ryan is loud friends, like me, arms crossed, just a bunch of rowdy fucking.
Just a bunch of like
teenagers
friends, a bunch of
behind me.
bullhorns behind you.
Yeah, like kegs and shit. No.
Sounds like Grown Ups 3.
Oh fuck, we ain't go there. Man. I ain't going.
You know, Grown Ups should be an amazing movie. It really
Like,
should.
This is like the podcast of what should be or what could have been.
Well,
I
mean,
would
think
get
about
up
it,
and
like-
walk out right
Think
now,
about it,
but
but like,
this water's
I
really
watched
good.
Grown Ups 1 before. I watched before. And it's got Adam Sandler. Jesus Christ. Raping that table.
It's cool.
That was the whole fear I had of this table, is that it was going to get raped at some point.
Raping the table.
Is that a pipeline busting over there? Yeah.
Probably. But Grown Ups, I mean, think about it. It's got Adam Sandler, Kevin James, David Spade, Chris Rock, and Rob Schneider. Mm-hmm. That should be really fucking funny. And it's just, like, partially funny. Couple moments, and that's kind of about it.
Rob Schneider's not even in the new one, is he?
I don't know. Is he not in it? He's not on the poster.
I don't
I don't
know.
think he's on the poster.
It's like you're in it, but you're not in the poster.
Give a cameo.
I can't imagine him not being in it unless there's just some feud that happened.
I don't know. Does he have something else going on? Shit.
Like where Adam Starr's like, Rob, you go home. You go home, Rob.
It's like an Air Bud when he has him on like the little ferry, like puts him on the island. Go, just go. He's pointing.
We just can't do it anymore.
Throws the ball. Go
You'll
get
be
the ball.
better off without me.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
Anyways.
No.
I can't believe you saw Grown Ups. I can't believe it.
The first one?
Yeah.
Why would you not see that?
I don't know.
I didn't see it in theater. That's on
Adam
TV.
Sandler hasn't been funny since Happy Gilmore.
No,
Although Airheads.
What about Little Nicky?
I just want to talk about 4th of July.
Airheads is funny.
Airheads is funny, but that's
Yeah.
like way before that.
Yeah. I don't know.
You didn't like The Waterboy?
No.
Didn't even partially like Anger Management?
Partially.
What about Click?
No.
No, you just must not be an Adam Sandler fan.
Yeah, I'm not much of a...
I'm not sure. I
I
definitely
don't know.
agree his
It's
movies
just-
were better in the 90s than they are now,
Yeah.
but I don't know, I like quite a bit. What about Wedding Singer?
I like.
I haven't seen Wedding Singer.
I like.
you're missing out.
Yeah.
I like more of the acid wash jeans, work boots. Adam Sandler wears flannel. I like that one.
Wears
Not so much.
flannel and supports his grandma.
Yeah, it like same. That's
It's like the
almost
American icon.
kind of the same thing in Billy Madison. Almost. I mean, he's rich, but he's still kind of in the same.
He's like the
outfits.
same character.
Yeah, generally.
Same
Yeah.
Airheads.
Same in Airheads. Same in Big Daddy.
Uh-huh.
You know.
There's Big Dad. There's another one. What about that one?
It's silence.
You're missing out on some good Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so 4th of July, we were out like fishing, and we were down by it was night, and there were some rednecks down there just setting off some fireworks here and there, you know.
Legal, first off.
Yeah. So we were just, and I'm just over there fishing for a while, and they're setting these fireworks off in the opposite direction. They're like these little bottle rockets. They point it in the opposite direction of me. Regardless of that, they light it. It shoots by just like an inch away from my face. Just like, what the fuck? I just like stumble around, you know, for a second. I'm just like, it's my face. I don't know. I just had like, it was like I got nom flashbacks for a second, or would have been nom flashbacks. And
If you were nom.
if I was in nom, I was never in nom, but it's just like
I've seen
teleport.
Apocalypse Now. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing.
Marlon Brando was talking to me, you know. So, but anyway, so what ends up happening. So turn around and be like, you alright? Like, yeah, I'm good, thank you. Okay, just keep on lighting them off.
Oh, he's okay, so he must not be angry.
Yeah. So I
What you should have just said at that moment, it's just like, no, but you're scaring the fish.
wasn't gonna say, I'm not that guy. I was just fishing. I was just kind of there. I'm not really the biggest fisherman, but we were just sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm just having a few beers, just fishing, which, you know. Yeah. I'm kind of...
They'll get you, those bottle rockets and fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, once I had that, even though I wasn't the one launching them, right there I stopped drinking for a little while. Just like, no, none of this.
You don't want like the alcohol to be pouring into your mouth as a firework goes by and lights it on fire, and then you're like,
oh, it's Pabst, so it was piss water. But yeah, no.
Now that I think of it, I actually did see Man of Steel around 4th of July.
You did?
Oh, you finally went and saw that. That's good.
Yeah.
What, you didn't
Awkward
like it?
silence. I thought it was like 50% good and 50% bad.
I thought it was 100% all man.
But, I don't know.
I thought that
the
movie was
name
the
would imply.
The main issue I have is pretty much like I've been hearing like it's most everyone's issue is like Superman destroying an entire city.
Well, then here's the thing, though.
Okay.
This is how I always defend
Let
it.
him finish. I got this. Let him finish.
Yeah, go for it, because I already got my answer to back this stuff up.
I don't know. I was really upset, just like how Superman would just destroy an entire city just to defeat like this one bad guy that he obviously hates. And I went back and watched the Avengers, and because the Avengers obviously destroy like New York City, like destroy it to the ground. But that actually makes sense just because of like the stakes. Like the stakes were, I don't know. I felt like the bad guy just wasn't really all that well developed.
Well,
Now, did you ever watch Superman 2?
No.
No, okay.
Well, here's what I have to say. Here's what I have to say regarding that. Avengers, I'd say it kind of was to say because the world was going to end regardless. Either film, world was going to end. Secondly, though, the thing about Avengers, and I'll say Avengers showed you had a team of people, so you had more things to focus on. Like, all right, Captain America, Black Widow, they're saving civilians. Thor shooting lightning at people. Iron Man's taking care of the guys in the air. So you know, there's more. You had to break it up among people. Superman, you had about 12 people, like 12 Kryptonians, and then Superman. So there wasn't as much to break it up upon. And when you say he destroyed the city, by the time he got there, the city was generally already fucked. You already had two giant spiders double penetrating the world.
So Superman is just like, fuck this.
Well, no.
Might as well destroy the rest of the fucking city.
You look at it, they have like one spider fucking the world in the ass, the other fucking it in the mouth.
And it's shooting like the rape beam in, so it's like...
destroying the ground. Yeah, it was literally doing that. You saw people going up and down. It was flattening everything. By the time he got there, the place was demolished. Anybody that was in that area was already dead. And when he was shooting
Or
people,
they got out.
because you saw, before they even did the, like, rape beam or whatever, you saw people evacuating. Not everyone made it out, but you saw people like, all right, giant spider, get the fuck out of here. You saw people leaving. And then on top of that, when they're fighting in the war zone, maybe it was just me, I didn't see Superman knock any building. I mean, I saw him knock buildings over, but I didn't see him, like, I didn't see anybody in the vicinity where he was fighting Zod. And if you want to get really technical with it, I mean, this is going to sound so fucking nerdy, but Superman has super hearing and super sight. He would know where to take the battle to avoid people.
Yeah, he wouldn't just be, like, fighting in, like, anywhere, just destroying people's buildings.
And to top that off, I mean, this is the thing. Like, people can... I'm not trying to, like, change people's minds on the movie. Say, no, you're wrong. It's a great movie. Like, I love the movie, but...
Well, I love the movie, too, but it's just, like, the thing is, like, what you just said about, like, the whole Superman, you could tell, like, when people are in danger, stuff like that. Like, the filmmaker's supposed to show that. I feel like...
Here's the thing. It's a movie.
Yeah.
You're supposed to suspend disbelief, so you just assume if that's not in the movie, you got to kind of picture in your head these people are evacuating.
And there's a part when they're one of the buildings he crashed right into. You saw it was like an office building of some sort, and Zod's shooting his laser beam around. It looks like he's in pain. That part right there, you saw no one in that office building. So there's no... I'm assuming anybody that was in that general area was either dead or they evacuated.
Yeah.
And to top it off, though, I'm not trying to change people's minds and say, if they don't like the movie, if it was like it was too slow for me, or I just didn't like it, or I just don't... That's fine, whatever. I'm just saying, the big one thing I'm saying right here is, aside from the points I just made, was this has been happening for 75 years. I have a bunch of Superman comics up in my room where he is punching fuckers through buildings. He's fighting people through subways with people in them. And no one said a fucking thing until this movie came out.
And all the animated movies, every single Superman one's been coming out for like those DCU movies. That happens in all of them. I was just watching Justice League New Frontier again.
I didn't watch any of the
There's a
animated
whole
ones,
battle with Superman and Captain Marvel where they're just going through all these buildings, just destroying them left and right. The whole point of this is that that's what Lex Luthor wanted. But that's the thing, though. It's just buildings have been destroyed in every Superman thing for fucking ever, but for some reason... People, once they see it sometimes in live action, I don't know why, like, it confuses them.
And I'm not trying...
it confuses me.
I'm not even trying to discredit people, because people I actually respect and like, and people who have I think are fairly reasonable, smart people, were saying the same thing that Marley and the rest of the internet is saying.
Yeah. See, I lost faith in a lot of people because of this. Yeah. To me, it was like, I used to think these people were really smart, and then now I hear this, and I go... Well, clearly they haven't seen a movie before where they got to kind of suspend this disbelief.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying that, I mean, to me, it's been happening for this long. I don't see what the big deal is. I'm not going to try and say people... If someone says it was too slow for me, or there's too much action...
I didn't think it was too slow at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought the pacing
was like really well done. Although, for normal people, I don't know if normal people could handle like the whole 40-minute like Krypton like introduction. Like, I thought that was great.
I thought that was great, too.
That was cool.
But, like, I don't think my mom and dad would, like... I don't think they could have lasted that. They're like, what's going on? Why is freaking Russell Crowe riding, like, a freaking mosquito thing? Just, like, I don't know. I really like that. I dug that. But, also Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon played a really good Zod, in my opinion.
Well, the thing I like most about the movie is I'll say this real quick.
This has become our Dark Knight Rises.
This is our new Dark Knight Rises.
But now we're defending this movie like nobody's business instead of like nitpicking it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about this one is it was smart in a way because it was saying, all right, well, we'll keep enough Superman in there so people recognize it as Superman, but we don't need to be held down by kind of like the stay out of my way, Smallville. I need to get fucked by Superman tonight. We don't got to have that whole thing.
There was a Smallville reference in there. I'm not sure if it was, but because Smallville, that's like Superman canon, right? Or
no, I'm talking about like no
Lois Lane used to always call Clark Smallville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that that whole aspect right there, but actually there is a Smallville reference in there. I'm not sure if it was intentional or just coincidental, but Dr. Hamilton, he had an assistant when they were in Alaska or was it Canada or Alaska? I don't remember.
I think it was Canada.
It was in Canada, but yeah. Anyway, when there's like one guy that was like a geologist in Canada.
Well, I'm a geologist.
Who I was thinking
I'm
the
a
exact same
geologist.
thing. When he was actually the guy that was actually kind of like assistant Dr. Hamilton. He played Dr. Hamilton in Smallville. So now he's playing the assistant to him. So I don't know if he went in there like, hey guys, I know this character pretty well. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. You got this guy right here.
Yeah.
You know, but what was I gonna say regarding that? I thought they did a good job of like, you know, moving it forward. They weren't, because I think the thing with the last Superman is they rely too much on Richard Donner and just for the sake of being retro. Which this movie, it definitely felt like a Superman movie to me. It just didn't focus on all the same aspects we've seen a million times.
Yeah, it felt like Man of Steel was more for fans, while the Richard Donner flicks were like for the main, like it was more mainstream. Like
Well,
more
at the time though,
like
the
normal
Richard Donner ones was more for fans too. I mean, we really get down to it.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the Donner flicks. I really do love those movies, but I like the first two at least.
Well, those are the only Donner flicks there is.
Yeah,
The third and fourth one, he didn't do the third and fourth one.
Yeah, I know. I just meant you know that was somebody's got to stop and evaluate. Oh, we just mean the first two because 3 and 4 they kind of ran them up into the same series, I guess, right there.
Yeah, because they always sell them together.
Yeah.
You can even say like that by that case too. That puts Superman Returns in there too, because they always sell them all together.
Yeah, which I like Superman. I'll just say I like Superman Returns. I don't love it, but the thing is though, it seemed too afraid. Which that movie cost more money than Man of Steel, and Man of Steel did so much more and had so much more spectacle to it. So
yeah, and I like Kevin Costner's like role as like Clark Kent's like father, like his. Would you call it his adoptive father?
his adoptive father, yeah.
I thought that relationship was like really well, like they built that up really well. But then the Lois Lane relationship, I feel like they could have done more with, in my opinion. Like Amy Adams is great as Lois Lane, but she has nothing to do there, in my opinion.
She figures out he's Clark Kent. She figures out he's Clark Kent though.
Well, yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
I mean, she's there to kind of like. I mean, I'll say that she is just kind of there, like when she gets on the military plane, and she is just there for the sake of like, well, we got to do something with this character, so she's coming along, even though she went in real life. But that's just movies sometimes, and someone needs to stick this stick into this alien like computer. That's why she's here for. No one else is qualified to do that.
Yeah.
Beyond
I don't
that,
know.
though.
But other than like my complaints, I really did like it.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people just seem to like. I don't know why. It's so hard to please people nowadays. It's like, I always keep hearing the thing that people just love the Marvel movies. They just love the Marvel movies. I'm like, to me, those movies feel like they got a lot of flaws in them. Yeah, they're fun movies, and that's what they kind of are. They're just kind of fun movies, but they're not perfect. Where I feel like the DC movies they're moving close to being a more perfect movie, but for some reason people are like, fuck that. We don't like it being closer.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say the Marvel films, what they do a good job of actually they're bringing
Throw
in
some more slapstick in there.
I think that's the only real problem the Marvel films have is some of the slapstick stuff because they actually do a good job of making it look like the comics and bringing in characters you wouldn't expect to see and making references only a fan would really expect, and that's pretty awesome. I mean,
Plus, Stan Lee has to be in every single movie.
no, that's to be expected by this point.
Yeah.
It's just Stanley's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you would not expect when you go see First Avenger, Captain America, you would not expect to see like the original Human Torch in a test tube in the background. You would not expect to see that. Like he is like in I think that was in, I don't know if that was in an old Captain America book, but I know that's actually in one of the old 40s ones because he was part of one of the invaders. So with like him and was it Namor or the Marvel Captain America, whatever? Well, Marvel Aquaman, more or less.
Oh yeah,
Namor, whatever his fuck his
something like
name
that. I don't know how
is.
to. I've never heard it before. I only read it, so who knows how it's pronounced.
But anyway, though, but I think the big thing with that is they don't always have to be super like serious to me because not every book is Old Man Logan, not every book is Dark Knight Returns. I think there is some books are very poppy and really fun, but I just think that sometimes like primarily the Iron Man franchise last two tend to be way too comical.
And people look at Iron Man 2 and 3 as like, oh, these movies are still fucking amazing. Yeah. And it's just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're enjoyable, but they're not fucking amazing.
Which is why I like the Avengers so much, is because they kind of like, yeah, there was comedy in there, but it was more like the comedy was to support the characters. Like the whole, mainly like all the comedy was like between Robert Downey Jr. and Bruce Banner. Like it was just kind of like their relationship going back and forth. I thought that worked just because it was just kind of like like two best friends is like, hey, want to see my toys or something like that.
I like that. I thought it was kind of funny how like nobody was trying to piss off Bruce Banner because everybody was just all like, everybody had a problem with each other in some way.
Yeah.
But Bruce Banner got along with everybody because no one like, do not piss this guy off.
You won't win.
Yeah, and Tony Stark was just like, I'm gonna piss you off.
Well, it's like the only thing is like it's just sometimes Robert Downey Jr. like it's like my only kind of complaint to like the Avengers one is just he has a little too much comic lines. Like shit
Not
is
as much
going
as
really
Iron Man,
bad,
though.
but like he's got to throw out every 2 lines like a comic relief thing. It's just kind of like okay, just
I feel like
calm that back. It's just like.
I don't think as much as Iron Man though.
Well, I've watched that one a
Joss
couple
Whedon-
times so far, and I've actually really like watched how many times he said like something funny.
Yeah.
And it's like it comes in like every 2 to 3 lines just about for him.
Avengers or Iron
In
Man?
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not Iron Man. Iron Man, like 2 and 3, it comes in like every other line, but
Yeah.
in Avengers, it's like every 2 to 3 lines. He just doesn't seem like for really bad situations. He's like, whatever, I'm gonna fucking comedy this thing up.
Yeah.
Well, it's still. I think that's still probably the
I
best.
mean, Captain America, you got Captain America and Thor to keep it a little bit more serious, but like,
Well, I feel like Joss Whedon, like he had to put some of those comedy lines in there just because that's
well, I
what
think here's the
people.
thing. I think some are fine. I just think
Yeah.
that it doesn't need to be like overloaded.
Yeah.
Because one of those ones,
Which
like,
I think Joss Whedon understood that, and he's like, Iron Man is not like a comedic character, but like he's known now as a comedic character, so he's got to throw
because
something
Robert
in
Downey
there.
Jr. nowadays is now a comedic person. Like, when was the last movie you saw when he was like acting serious?
I think the Soloist.
No, that's more comedic.
Is that a comedy?
I don't know. I was laughing just because it was absolutely ridiculous.
I only saw a little bit of it. I was on a plane.
You're
I was on a plane. No, I was on a plane, and I had my PSP. I was like, Soloist or Sonic Rivals? Sonic Rivals. So, but yeah.
Jamie Foxx playing like a guy that has schizophrenia. No.
Yeah, we'll come back to Jimmy Fox. He's actually he's playing Electro in Amazing Spider-Man. They just recently revealed a picture of how he looks.
Yeah. Mark Webb's still directing that one?
Mark Webb. Well, they have 2 pictures of him. There was one picture of him just wearing a hood with his face all lit up walking down the street. And they have like a new one where he's actually in the suit. And I don't want to judge the movie before I see it, but it looks kind of cheesy. He looks kind of what he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not that bad then. Once it described me like that, oh, that sounds pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
I kind of like that
that's
movie.
not
a
how-
little bit.
I love Batman and Robin.
Well, to me, that's not exactly how Electro really looks. And at the same time, I mean, I understand they're trying to go with like Ultimate Electro, where he's like this giant, just being of just not giant, but like just being of just like energy and lightning and all that. But at the same time, he just didn't really look like him. It looked very much kind of like we're in a superhero movie.
That sounds like Kick-Ass, kind of.
Kick-Ass says kind of like that's more meta about it. That's more like, you know, we're in a superhero movie. Oh shit, people just got shot.
Oh, yeah. There's no safety net.
Yeah. So
Kick-Ass 2, that's coming out pretty soon, right?
he comes out the end of
I
summer.
think August.
Yeah. A lot of movies coming out at the end of August.
There's a lot of movies just coming out in general. This has been like kind of like
Like at least
every week just
Elysium.
about there's been like at least something interesting coming out. There's been very few weeks this year where there was like something I was like, well, this week sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Well,
there's
this
been-
week, if Pacific Rim wasn't coming out, like I wouldn't really want to see Grown Ups. So,
But Pacific Rim did come out.
yeah.
And if people are fucking pissed that Superman destroyed buildings, wait till they see giant mechs destroying entire cities.
But
what-
see,
they're
I don't have a problem with that.
they're not
Guillermo Del
Superman,
Toro, he
so-
can do whatever the fuck he wants.
It's not Superman, so it's okay because they're people inside of robot suits, but it's not Superman who's.
And they're sharing brainwaves.
Well, there's a part that I was just like bust up laughing because I'm like, if people are fucking complaining about Superman going through a couple buildings, the fucking mech falls over and takes out like 8 buildings. He's carrying a fucking ship at one point, just dragging it down the street.
By the way, we saw Pacific Rim. I almost said Specific Rim.
The specific
Spoiler for the title.
When he was like, when one of those giant robots was carrying like that ship, I just wanted so bad for someone to write in a line, just say, "Yeah, you just got sunk," or "You just sunk my battleship," or something like that. Although,
Shipwrecked.
yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
There wasn't a lot of one-liners in that film.
Which,
is
yeah.
kinda...
Well, they did have.
There's a time and a place for one-liners. I feel
Yeah.
like they have to do it naturally.
Yeah. There was, I'll say, I liked the movie. The movie definitely had like a cheese factor to it, but I definitely liked it.
I don't know, I really liked it. I didn't even see the cheese factor.
Well, the cheese factor, just kind of like that whole kind of like Iceman Maverick thing, kind of like, listen, mate, I don't like you. Why? I just don't.
That's not my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my mate here.
They could have really just had the two of them at some point, like playing volleyball on a beach, like playing with the boys.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? That would have been badass. I don't see a cheese factor there whatsoever. I thought that movie was all badass.
I think there's.
I guess I don't know. It's like it combines like two of my favorite things, like Gundam and Godzilla, all in one.
Yeah.
Well, no, it definitely did have that. No, I do like the movie. I'm just saying, look, here's the thing with me for the movie. This is a giant robots fighting monsters movie. So that's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to get. That's all really awesome. I think when they tried to do some of the more of the personal development between the characters and all that, that's where it's a little
It falls flat.
that's
on
where
its face.
I want to say there are moments where it reaches out to you, but
Yeah,
there are some moments where it falls a little flat to me, and to me it just seems kind of like I'm just gonna be the guy that just doesn't like you just because I don't like you. Really? Yeah. How the fuck did you get this far in life? You know? So
We're not locking people.
But they also kind of like I know which character you're talking about when you mention that. But they like at the very end of the movie, like they come back right around. It was almost kind of a meta line where the black guy was like saying, "Yeah, and you have daddy issues. That's why I want you to be like my co-pilot because you're really hard to read and stuff like that." Like do you remember that line?
yeah, Idris Elba says that. Like Idris Elba is a total fucking badass in this movie. Mm-hmm. Take it back to Marvel stuff for 1 second. That guy should be the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he's my favorite character in the movie, Idris Elba.
Yeah, he was my favorite character
No, he's
too.
sweet.
But yeah, I like this movie.
I liked it a lot. I can't really complain about anything in it. It's like
Although, like, Ryan and I were talking before he got here, Spencer, but we kind of agreed that the movie was pretty misogynistic in some parts, just because, like, the one female character. Well, there's two female characters, was there?
Yeah,
The Russian chick, the Russian chick,
the
and
Russians,
the Asian chick.
which actually I was kind of bummed that the Russians didn't have more parts in it because I was like, well, these guys look cool and they got a sweet mech. It's all like extremely metal and.
It looks like, well, they can't even.
Well, all this stuff's kind of old, but you're like, well, it's actually really not that old. Like these things have only been around for like 7 to 10 years or whatever it is at that point.
Theirs looked like almost kind of like something out of like a 1950s sci-fi film. The way theirs looks, it was very
kind of
square
steamy and like
yeah. And then when they show all the different teams, they show the Russian people and they have the Russian.
Like, I don't know. I understand like what I paid for. It's like giant robots and aliens fighting each other. But it's just like in 2013, like we shouldn't really have like a misogynistic like issue where it's just like the woman character is just like, oh, you can't fight because you're too emotional.
That was kind of
just like.
I think that's one of those things.
That's still an issue that comes up today, anyways.
Yeah,
it's not like that's gone away.
Yeah, but in a movie though, I mean, some people can get past that, and I think we just see it so much in movies. Plus, once that character has an emotional issue, like she breaks down, like, oh, because the whole time she's kind of like, I can do this. The 1 minute she comes in, she fucking breaks down, and then when she comes back though, she gets into the game, but she doesn't really have any lines really.
They just kind of forgot about her for the rest of the movie.
She's here, but don't worry.
She's really focusing at this point.
Yeah,
we clearly saw what happened when she
let
does
the
it.
man do the talking, honey. Trust me. That's kind of how
let the man do the dirty business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that wasn't really much of an issue because once it came
You're gonna
up,
watch robots beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, exactly. Because like when that issue came up in my mind, I was like, okay, this is cool because I'm looking at robots just like kicking the shit out of like aliens.
Yeah,
and Charlie Day being a badass. Charlie Day being a badass.
Things from like a different dimension.
Yeah. And then Ron Perlman like cutting himself.
Because Ron Perlman's a badass.
That was awesome because Ron Perlman, when he actually
that's such a good character.
When he died, I was like, shit, oh whatever. Then when you wait halfway through the credits, he made it. That's good for him.
It's kind of a weird like stinger at the end, but I feel like
makes sense. You're like,
he had to throw that in there. He's like, this guy's Hellboy.
Yeah. I was glad when they show back the alien, I'm like, oh please, I'm kind of like, yes, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I kind of like that character a little bit more than Hellboy, just because like just like his like demeanor, just like the way like I don't know, it was really cool.
Well, when I first heard Charlie Day was going to be in the movie though as the scientist, I just assumed he would be a guy that just like he's more or less going to be there for like 2 or 3 scenes. Like, okay, let me tell you how the suit works. But he actually
he's like the comic relief of the movie.
He's a comic relief, and he's actually a pretty big part of the movie. He's a very
he's kind of like
dude got freaking.
He's kind of like the cut-to character.
Dude got freaking jacked for the movie too. Like I don't know.
You talking about Charlie Day?
Yeah.
He looked about the same to
Like,
me.
with
Yeah.
freaking tattoos and just like, I don't know.
How's tattoos making you jacked?
I don't know.
I don't know, just tattoos. He must be buff.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
don't know.
when you use that, like, you're putting that tattoo in,
well,
put some steroids in that needle.
I liked what.
I only got through the first season of Sunny, so I know Charlie Day like when he was like pretty much when
Like
he
a-
first got
like a
famous.
boy,
when he was,
practically,
like,
when he was a
I,
boy.
like, I liked what Laura said, which was Charlie Day looks like Michael Cera if he grew up. He looks like a grown-up Michael Cera.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Wow, my mind's blown.
I think that's a good point. I never thought of that, but he
Because
does.
Michael Cera will be 70 years old and he'll still look like he's like
He'll
15.
be
Yeah.
70 years old. He's like, how old are you? Like 30?
It's like I just finished watching Arrested.
Maybe I'm 30. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I just,
Michael Cera?
No, honestly, that guy, he's gotten a lot better. I give shit to him all the time, but he's in
His
some good
acting
movies.
has
lately.
improved over time.
And
Well,
he was really funny, and this is the end, so.
yeah. Well, I just finished watching Arrested Development. And everyone was like talking about how everyone's grown older. And like
Except
you could,
Michael Cera.
except for Michael Cera, I'm just like Michael Cera looks pretty much the same. It's just like
He had to find the fountain of youth or something.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Now I just got the image of Michael Cera starring in Fountain.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Fountain.
Darren
Aronofsky's
Aronofsky.
the Fountain. Yeah.
They
Like
like
when his
the
wife-
Hugh Jackman characters.
Yeah, like when his wife dies, she's just instead of just being kind of like, no, just freaking out, he's just like, oh, just kind of like that. And when he's giving himself like, he's like tattooing the ring on his finger. He's like, ow, 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 ow. You know, he jumps like 1,000 years later. He has all those rings on his finger. Ow, ow, ow. You know?
Now,
Go
okay,
back this foot,
what about
though.
that, like, okay, there was Charlie Day, who was kind of like the modern scientist, and then there was his friend, who looked like
Is
a
that Crispin
scientist.
Glover?
I
don't
wasn't
know.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we weren't sure.
Or he looked like a scientist though from like the turn of the century 1900s.
He was almost
And he even like acted like that too, like it was an old like 30s movie. Like, oh, there's the time that the science needs to be needed.
He was kind of like, oh yeah, this is the 12th Doctor from Doctor Who. Right here.
Well, it's just like you gotta have
Felt
this like
kinda
very
that way.
like. I mean, clearly the character, if you had to like dive into it, was like he must really enjoy like olden timey like scientist stuff.
I thought those two work great together. So
No, I think they worked really well.
yeah.
Yeah, dude did seem like he belonged.
But
in,
we
like,
did,
the turn of the
for
century.
like for a very sci-fi movie, it seemed like he was like very from like the past, you know.
Which the very minute
He's
they
almost
come
out of
in,
like Around the World in 80 Days or something.
yeah. Which Charlie Day, I mean, I'll say he's smart in the movie, but he very much is kind of playing his character, like a toned down version of his character from It's Always Sunny. It seems.
Well, it's always a Sunny character if he was a scientist.
And at the same time, just you almost imagine before he does like doing this experiment, before he like plugs his brain into the kaiju's brain, he's like huffing glue, like I gotta get ready for this. You know?
I don't know. It seems like most of the movies he's starring in now, it's pretty much like he's just playing his Sunny character.
Yeah.
Like in Horrible Bosses, like that's,
Yeah.
that's always always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He was the selling point for us to go see the movie.
Yeah, that was the main.
Yeah.
That even though I will say the main selling point, if I had to recommend that movie to somebody, is Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
Kevin
Colin
Spacey was
Farrell
easy too.
is great.
He's only in it for like 3 scenes or something, but like those 3 scenes are magical.
Horrible Bosses is great.
I thought
Really?
Horrible
I thought it was
was
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's
a
like-
good movie.
I like aspects of it. Like I like Colin Farrell a lot. I obviously like Charlie Day. It's just like it's like the given at this point. You're always just
Yeah.
gonna like Charlie.
Yeah.
But there's some things in it that was just like I don't know. Like Jennifer Aniston, I thought she was just kind of like went a little too far. It's like I know she's trying to be different, but sometimes when you
Yeah.
go like to the extreme and the other way, it's like oh,
Takes you out of the movie, sort of.
yeah, because it feels like a little like slapsticky at that point.
I thought it was funny. He's like, quickly, let's have sex on her passed out body. Like, I thought some of that shit, like some of that more darker shit, was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked it. Once again, I wasn't blown away by it. I mean, that's almost kind of my
I guess
catchphrase of this podcast, I guess. But
That was one of those movies where I thought it was actually a little bit better than it was. And sometimes when you go in there like that science can also, you know, if you went there going like, well, this is gonna suck, and then like, oh, it was actually better than I thought.
I think Charlie was in it, so it's got to be good.
Charlie was in it, so I was like, that's gotta be good. It's got Colin Farrell too. Who doesn't
That's like a
Colin?
tagline for this podcast. If Charlie's in it, it's got to be good.
Well, who doesn't like Colin?
I haven't seen any It's Always Sunny in a while, any of the new episodes at all. But I gotta get caught up.
I
on
just
it.
finished season 1, so
I have season 2. I have like 1 through 5. So yeah,
I
gotta
pretty
get
much.
caught up.
I just watch it on Netflix. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to
That-
this thing for
yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
Something I thought the main thing I thought was cool about this movie was the fact that it was like a giant kaiju. Is that the name of the
Yeah, kaiju.
Kaiju. It was a giant kaiju film just with a budget, which I don't know if we ever seen really an American movie do that. I mean, all right, we got Godzilla, the
1997 version.
1997 version, which actually I think it was 2000 or something, wasn't it?
No, it was like 1997.
Oh, you're right. It was somewhere in there.
It was for my birthday.
Mosquitoes.
I know. There's fucking mosquitoes. They're not as bad though.
But there wasn't before he came over. Let me tell you that.
Ryan just releases the mosquitoes. Just so
that box is over there. No, but
it's like those freaking pixies from Harry Potter, and just like
the pixies from like fucking like
the
Pan's
pixies.
Labyrinth.
Oh yeah. got to throwing some context there.
Yeah,
Guillermo Del Toro.
But what was I gonna say? I thought because I don't know if we've ever had a big American kaiju film. And I think this might be the first one because the Godzilla one.
It's funny that you say that because Del Toro is Spanish.
Yeah, someone had to be to do it.
Well, yeah, but it's an American movie though now.
Spanish American.
Spanish American. Yeah.
Well, it's not like they made it in Spain.
Well, still, I see what Marley's saying though. If everyone to do it, it's a Spanish dude instead of
I don't know. I don't think it's his best film. I still like The Orphanage. I think The Orphanage is probably.
I've never seen that.
Didn't he just produce that one?
No, I'm pretty sure he wrote it and directed it.
Really? I'll have to check that one out. I never saw that one.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I'm really glad that Del Toro is just like he's getting like a recognition from these studios and say, "Here's $1 billion. Go make a movie." I'm like, and this is what he creates. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Was it one of those things like $1 billion for whatever you want?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like I thought the scale for this film was just absolutely amazing. Like you guys saw it in 3D, right?
Yeah, we actually did. And then the 3D, I will say, I probably still recommend it in 2D over 3D, but it was actually the 3D was much better than expected.
Well, I saw it in 2D, and like some shots, which I have this like complaint for most 3D movies, it's like the cinematography just looks really off when you see like a 3D shot film in 2D.
Like when something gets thrown towards the camera, that looks fucking stupid.
Or like even like the introduction when like the camera's like going through like that's like those stars or whatever, and they're trying to go into like it was portal. Like it was like 3D, but like I saw it in 2D, and it was like flat. It just really looked odd for me.
Well, this one, like, I think what works is, like, a lot of, like, all, like, the computer stuff, like, that looked kind of neat, actually, in the 3D, because, they could, like, spin it around. You could, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That looks fine, 3D.
On speed of this real quick, I like that tech guy. It looked kind of like Elvis. He had a bow tie. He had his hair slicked back.
Now, was that the Mexican guy from Boondock Saints 2?
I didn't think about it. It might be.
I think that's who it is.
It might be.
It took me forever to figure it out, which is funny, because like, I always call that guy a Mexican guy, but I don't think he is Mexican. I think he only played a Mexican in that movie.
He looked Irish. I assumed he was Irish.
Because after that movie, once you shave that mustache, you're kind of like, oh, well, maybe he is not Mexican. Boondock Saints always kind of throws me off.
He did not look Mexican to me. Didn't he have red hair?
No, he didn't have red hair.
He had like brown hair or something.
He had like dark
He would have to be Irish because of Boondock Saints.
Well, no. Did you see the second Boondock Saints?
No.
Okay. Well,
I heard that one's pretty bad.
No, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever said that, you slapped those guys in the face.
Okay.
It's not as good as the first one. And a lot of times when a movie's not nearly as good as the first one, people just go, well, it's just shit.
Well, what I heard, it's pretty much like the same movie, like just like with different characters.
It's the same movie, but some of the things, I'll say this, I do like that movie. Some of the things he did in the first one don't really work second time around. It's like, yeah, you should have done something a little different for this part, but overall, like, because they have the guy, what's his name, Rocco, who dies in the first one. This guy is more or less the Mexican dude's more or less their new Rocco.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same type of jokes with this character. And it's just kind of like, move past that. Just make him a badass like them. Because when they first show him, he's a total badass. But then when you actually see him later,
he's like the whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, he's like, everyone's giving him shit the whole time and all that. So,
But no, it's actually a pretty good movie though. I mean,
I'll check it out.
If Boondock Saints 1's like a 4 out of 4, I'd say this one's like a 3 out of 4. It's not that far off.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's just got kind of like the main problem that like a lot of sequels have, where like, hey, people said my first movie was pretty funny. I guess I should throw some more jokes in there.
And then there's the part like I thought because the cops, there's all the cops, but what was it? William Dafoe. All those guys come back, but since William Dafoe's not there, they play a much bigger part. And it's kind of like, oh, well, there's a reason why you guys didn't have that many lines in the first one. But yeah,
William Dafoe comes back in the end of the movie.
He comes back at the end as a twist, implying a third one. So we'll see if that happens because I don't know if the second one made a lot of money, but regardless.
But still, it's worth watching.
Back to this one though, yeah, I thought he did a good job as the Elvis-looking guy.
Yeah,
was his nickname Elvis?
No, I think just one guy called him that as like an insult. Like, I'm gonna wait, Elvis.
Yeah, I liked him in this movie.
Me and my bulldog gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
Just stops, turns to him. I don't like you. Why? I just don't. And just keeps on walking.
I'm surprised that
the
guy,
dad was like
his
the nicest
bulldog
dad.
just didn't get in the mech with him.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the only guy I trust.
The fucking robot lifts its leg over its head, starts licking its balls. See, this dog gets me. I wish I could do that.
I don't know. I really like this film, but like I would like to go on like a 2 to 3 minute rant right now, just because, like, my experience when watching this movie, like I've heard you guys talk about this like multiple times, and it seems to be like a regular occurrence. But just like the audience, like.
Oh, you should have came. There was literally only like 6 people in the theater.
Oh my god! I wish I was like at the 12:40 show.
I mean, we literally had to move. We moved down because at first there was a guy behind me who was just like, and they kept putting his feet up on the thing, taking them off, putting them up, taking them off.
On your chair while you were sitting there?
No, he was like 3 seats over.
Oh, okay.
But like you could feel like the rumble every single time, and he'd accidentally kick it. And then it sort of sounded like he was jerking off at some point. So I was like, I don't know what this guy's
jerking off to like robot.
It was during the trailers.
You can hear the guy kind of like going like breathing like heavy.
I heard that from we were like you know there's the kind of hallway. I'm not sure if you call it a hallway, but the walkway between like the bottom layer of seats and
where the bar is.
Where the bar is. Mm-hmm. We're sitting like I want to say the first row of the bottom layer.
Yeah.
And we could hear this dude. Seats. And we could hear this dude who was like probably a good 15 feet back. Just
wow.
He wasn't. He was like about a good like 5 feet back from where I was at.
Maybe he was having a heart attack or something.
I don't know. It was just what's like. Because you always feel kind of like you're insulting people when you like move.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Or you see there where that guy was just like, good. I finally got these guys to move out of my way.
I don't feel like I'm insulting anyone. I just kind of like I just want to move because like before the movie started, there was like a family of like 15 like taking up like an entire row. They sat behind me, like a million seats in the theater, and they sat right behind me. So I get up and move.
Popcorn
I go
flying, all that shit.
Yeah, I get up and move, and I go into the first row. This is before the movie even started.
Now, when you say the first row of the second layer?
Yeah, the first row of the first layer, or whatever.
Oh, so you're literally front row dead center?
Yeah, because I was like, this is, like, I want to see the scale, just like, I don't want anyone in front of me. I want, like, the full experience. This is when 2 people really pissed me off. The movie was just starting, they're walking into the trailers, and they out of all the seats, there's some seats behind me too. They get up and sit right next to me.
Right next, not a seat over?
Yeah, right next to me. I'm like,
there's not even a breather?
No. Out of all the seats in the theater, they choose to like sit in like the first row, right next to me.
Younger people or older people?
Older people. Cool. And like this, like it was like this older couple like on the left side of me. They didn't really bother me all that much. There's this freaking old guy that thought everything in the movie was funny. He was just like, ha ha! It's just like really obnoxious laugh.
There was a guy when we went to go see the Lone Ranger who like he sounded like he was about to have a heart attack because after he started laughing a bunch of times, he started going like, oh, it's so funny.
I looked over. I mean, this is a podcast, so you couldn't see the motion Spencer's making, but I looked over diagonally at that guy, and he was literally doing those motions.
And he was grabbing his heart,
laughing.
It's just so fucking funny.
Slapping his knee.
Johnny Depp's got a funny hat on.
Oh, Johnny Depp's wearing a dead bird.
Look, I'm so getting the dead bird when I get out of here.
He's feeding that dead bird, but it's not fucking eating it. It's just falling on the ground.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, give me another press.
I don't know what.
But he wasn't laughing at any of the Charlie Day moments, which I thought was really, really weird.
Well, because here's the thing: at least
face.
the Lone Ranger like has a bunch of comic lines in it. They still over too much, but like
Pacific Rim
doesn't really other than Charlie Day's like handful of scenes. It's not like it's made to be like laughing and everything. So this guy's probably just laughing like, oh, that robot just got punched.
And then even Charlie Day,
it looks like a crab. Crab are funny.
There's people in rice hats in modern day Asia.
I always point that out. Like, do you ever notice that when you watch like sci-fi movies and it's like they're in the middle of the city and they're wearing rice hats, and it's not even sunny out. I don't even think the sun hits the city at all. And they're wearing rice hats.
Protecting themselves from radiation because of the what was the...
Like the acid it shoots out?
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing that could stop this acid is
like
straw
this acid
hats.
just goes and lands on like all these people and stuff. They're all like dying stuff. It's like, good thing I wore my rice hat today.
Well, there was that one
chucking him with bamboo sticks.
There was that one Jaeger that was nuclear powered.
Yeah,
the whole thing. So maybe they're protecting themselves from that.
Could be that too. I don't
know.
I just think it's one of those things.
I don't know. Just the one rant that I like to have is just like if. This might be my last movie that I see like on day one, just because I am
here's
getting.
the thing, if you go
I'm getting sick and tired of just people just being so disrespectful. It's like, what happened to like the days where you just go to the movie and you're just quiet throughout the entire movie and like you just get up and leave. Like I'd rather just go to a movie. Like I think the next movie I'm going to see is Elysium with the Neil Blomkamp film.
Yeah.
But I'm going to see that like 3 or 4 weeks after.
Now, here's the thing, though. This is what you got to do. You got to go day one, but go first showing. That first showing is mostly always a pretty good one. I mean, you're always going to have that random chance somebody's there, but like that noon showing...
See, I went to Man of Steel noon showing, and there was like tons of
but
people
you saw it
there.
like 3 weeks in, though.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Or 2 weeks in, or whatever it was by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it literally, if you go, like, say the movie comes out Friday, and just including the showing if they might have had it the day before, like at nighttime, go at about that noon showing. The people that mostly go to that showing are very serious people, mostly.
Oh, okay.
I will say that is probably your best bet. Because it's funny, you can wait till say well, fuck it, I'll just go next Wednesday. That day will be way worse. I don't know why that is, but I've had that problem before where it's like, you go Friday at noon, there's 10 people there. But then you go the next week on just a weekday, and you're like, oh, there's going to be nobody there. And it's like, yeah, then you get there, there's like 50 people in there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Probably because they heard on the weekend, oh,
I think I'm
the
just
guy
going
on the TV said this was a pretty good movie. We should go.
Why do the old people talk like they're slightly Asian?
Oh, you're very Asian.
I'm kind of confused, too.
I was thinking they're more from
that
like,
Matt
you know,
Mauer
like...
guy says Pacific Rim's a pretty good movie.
Somewhere like South Dakota or something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't you know?
Oh, yeah, don't you know? Yeah, they got the Pacific Rim.
It's partially Irish now, too.
Pacific Grim. That's the sequel.
Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
I'd like to see a sequel to Pacific Rim.
There's just another portal?
Yeah.
Well, that could be. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But there's my little tiny rant. Just, and also, like, I'm also getting sick and tired of just seeing like tons of ads, just being bombarded with ads. I'm like, I'm spending $8 to $10. Like, just show me the movie. Like, why can't they just show me the movie with like the digital age and the internet age of just like where you can find all the trailers online? Or
well, I do like the trailers though. See, now I don't complain about the trailers because I don't watch trailers online. I like to see them in the theater still. I'm still classic.
Oh, okay.
And I like it the big screen experience. I like seeing it for the first time. I don't like to see it on like, 320 like scale.
Well, also, like, I understand some of the trailers, like Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity. Like, that film looks visually stunning, and also Elysium. But I don't need to see, like, a fucking romantic comedy trailer just, like, that doesn't really have any scale.
The trailers don't really bother me. I don't like that, like, the whatever they call that, the like before the movie thing. Let's show you what's on TV. It's like, fuck TV. I hate TV. That's why I'm at the movie theater.
Well, it's one of those
That's
things...
the thing I don't like. And I know that they got to pay the bills because really, like, movie theaters are, like, going down the tube as far as money goes. Because I think most people, I mean, the general audience, like, it's like, well, if you haven't been to the movie theater for a while, you almost kind of forget, like, the experience. It goes with anything. It's like, if you haven't been to a concert in a long time, you kind of go, like, well, what's the big deal? It's a concert. Fuck, I can watch the DVD of it.
Yeah.
I don't have to get
Netflix
up.
it.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
press like the X button on my PS3 and it's like playing. No ads or anything.
And I think a lot of people kind of forget like that kind of experience. And then also people they sort of like ruin their experience too because like the one time they do go to the movie theaters, they go like on a Friday night at like 9 o'clock. So then they go like, oh, it was fucking a horrible experience. Like, well, no shit, look at the time you went at.
Well, the ads I kind of hate is, I mean, movie ads, fine, whatever. It's for me generally, it's when they take an ad for something that's not a movie, but yet this ad is made specifically for a movie theater. Like, that's kind of like the ones where it's like, hey guys, before the movie starts, it's like that really nerdy looking hipster guy. Get the
Samsung
Nokia.
Galaxy S4 guy. He's like
together,
texting on his Galaxy
He's
S4.
fucking tapping
just like
phones and he's wanting to like pound like Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that guy. He was in the internship trailer. That's right.
He's like pound me. It's like, oh, fucking Vince Vaughn hit him.
I can't believe we just referenced the internship right now. I'm gonna die inside.
I mean, died a long time ago.
Yeah.
We all did. But,
That's
I
like
don't know.
that guy. Yeah, I don't know, that nerdy kid.
no, that
It's
that
the people that
and
make
plus-
you angry that stick in your mind.
And Ryan, you talked about this, and this is starting to piss me off too. It's the go big or go home.
Oh, those things are
fucking
really annoying.
trailers
Fuck that
where it
shit.
shows like the freaking Fast 6 trailer. It's probably a really well cut trailer, and they just start shrinking it down. And it's just like, do you want to see this? I'm like, yes, I do. I'm already here. I already spent like $10. I'm like, you already have my money.
If you wanted to do the old, because the old go big, go home thing, it used to just be kind of like, all right, here's some like nice cinematography, stock footage before we show the movie. Okay, cool, right on. Go big, go home. I get the point. Good for you. It's when they start taking movies coming out. It's like, you want to see Pacific Rim? You want to see Fast 6 in theaters? Here's what you got to do, motherfucker. Just like, fuck you. Show the trailer. I'm already here at the 10
deserve my
o'clock
trailer, damn
showing. Yeah. Fuck whoever made that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do like the trailers, though. The trailers, to me, is one of the main parts of going to the movie. Because even if the movie's bad, at least you got trailers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
Which, did you wait throughout the whole credits? I'm just curious.
Yes.
All right, now there's a certain song. At some point, because we were joking about this, there's a song.
Is it the rap song?
It's, well, it doesn't start off as a rap song. It starts off as kind of like a softer, kind of like pop, techno type song.
Yeah.
At some point, someone starts coming in and singing. It starts going like, fighting giant metals, turning fighting kaiju. Fight, just like,
Pacific Rim, yo.
yeah, then I'm just kind of like, I was joking.
It's
Like,
like
maybe
Young Jeezy or something.
I was like, maybe it's RZA because he just kind of often sings about whatever his movie you just watched. I was just joking. I look in the credits.
It was
Fucking
RZA.
RZA. It's like because it's like it feels like whatever movie he does music for, he has to fit in there like Afro Samurai, yeah, just kind of. I mean, I do like RZA. Don't get me wrong, but just something about that. I kind of miss the rap songs where they actually just like, here's the movie you just watched,
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, he did something like that. Man with the Iron Fist. Too.
Yeah, because he did a lot of music, too.
That movie still had some good music in it, though. I still like that one.
Did you see Man with the Iron Fist?
No.
It's worth watching.
Is it Tarantino
amazing.
produced that, right?
Uh-huh.
He just produced
It's not. I guess we were just expecting like full on like amazement, and it wasn't that, but it was still really good.
Yeah, it's still worth seeing. I'd get it at the pawn shop, so
Okay.
maybe $5 at the discount bin. But
Yeah.
$1.
I'm not trying to break it
99
down.
cents.
It's a good movie. I'm not trying to be mean. It is a good movie. I liked it.
You just wouldn't pay more than $20 for it.
I guess I was just expecting something totally awesome because the trailer just.
My bad.
It's all
Raping
good.
the table.
I know, raping the table.
The action wasn't as much. I mean, going back to like 30 podcasts ago by this point, the action was just kind of like the kung fu didn't really feel like a traditional kung fu movie, and plus they didn't feel as well choreographed. I mean, it looked decent, it was still entertaining, but it just, for being a kung fu movie, it didn't feel like.
See,
the action...
you're telling me that the man who produced Wu-Tang Clan on PlayStation 1 did not know how to make a kung fu movie.
Wu-Tang Clan, they had a game,
Yeah.
PlayStation 1.
You never played that game?
No.
Was it awesome?
Yeah. It's a fighting game. It's like
Sounds
kung
badass.
fu.
Actually, I think I
It had a bunch of
that.
rap music, and RZA produced
Yeah,
like
and
all
there was
the
you
music
plays a
in
bunch
it.
of like rap. It was kind of like before like Def Jam kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's actually really good. I don't know. It's worth playing again if you have PS1 and you can find like the game.
Is it kind of like more like Def Jam, or is it kind of like is it look like?
It's like it's a 4-player like fighting game.
So
Is
it's
it
kinda
But
like
not like Smash Brothers, but actually Def Jam is like.
Well, does it look like Man with the Iron Fist or like Afro Samurai, like that kind of
Yeah,
art style,
like
or is
that
it more?
art style.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was.
pretty badass.
Right,
It
yeah.
was almost like, I guess Man and Iron Fist is like the spiritual successor to Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was that because like the thing with Def Jam is just a fighting game just set in the ghetto generally. So
Yeah. I've never played those games, but I think like
They're
that's
supposed to
like
be really good games. I never played them.
I heard that too.
that's Def Jam, I guess, is like the modern equivalent of like Wu-Tang Clan, like I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Alfonso Cuarón's Gravity, that looks amazing. It probably won't.
yeah.
It probably won't
Curious.
play here just because our theater is like, who's Alfonso Cuarón? I'm like, Children of Men guy, like probably one of the best movies ever
I thought
made.
Children of Men was just okay, actually.
I liked.
I'm
Children.
not
Oh,
gonna
I
lie.
love Children of Men.
Did you?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was all that amazing, though. I guess
Yeah.
that, to me, I don't know. There's cool stuff in it. I'm not saying it was bringing it down, but I wasn't as blown away as I thought it was going to be.
I liked Children of Men. I thought that was a good
Yeah.
movie, but
I don't know. Like, do you think it's gonna start? It's gonna play here?
if it-
Probably, because it's
maybe
not a
a
kung
week.
fu movie.
Maybe like for a week. I don't know. Maybe 2 weeks.
It's got George Clooney here.
I mean, if Secret World of Arietti.
Oh yeah,
came here
Got a
for a
show in
week.
there, yeah.
yeah.
So, but no, that movie. I bet it's gonna be. I mean, you know, we see if you haven't seen the trailer, folks, it's just what's her name? The Miss Congeniality, Sandra Bullock.
I like that's the first name that came
know.
to mind.
Everything she's
Not
been
The
in, Miss
Blind
Congeniality.
Side.
That's
The
a
Blonde
good
in The
movie. What's
Blind
wrong with
Side.
that movie?
Better than The Blind Side.
Yeah, The Blind Side, yeah. Way better than that movie.
But no, she and George Clooney are astronauts in space. Shit goes bad, and she's like spinning out in space, like oh no, you know. And I'm guessing it's
Well,
gonna
that
be.
movie has a 17-minute take in it.
I can see that. I bet it's gonna be what I bet it's gonna be. It's gonna be probably something like
17-minute take.
Yeah.
a 2000. I bet it's gonna be like Stanley Kubrick-ish, like a 2001 Space Odyssey type thing. Like it looks like it's very set in reality, but it wouldn't surprise me the least bit if it goes in a science fiction direction, like at the halfway point. Or
I
something
think it's
like
gonna
that.
be set in reality. I don't see like them like stumbling upon like the spaceship from Alien.
Well, the I don't think that anything like that, but I mean, well, maybe something around those lines, not to the point of it like a xenomorph chasing her around a spaceship, but I mean, the movie's gonna be her like spinning in space. I'm guessing, as the trailer implies, because she just gets launched out into space. So I'm assuming it's her in her mind, and shit's probably gonna go a little crazy, and maybe she might come across something supernatural or whatever in that time. So I might be wrong. I want to say in the thing, I want to say like for sci-fi peril. When it said rated PG-13 for, I think it said sci-fi peril. I might be wrong though.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have space. It's pretty much sci-fi.
Yeah.
And then Elysium.
Would you
was
still?
badass.
Would you still call like? We'll go to Elysium in just a second. Would you call Cowboy
Space Cowboys? I was thinking the same thing
Space
too.
Cow- call that?
Cowboys and Aliens?
Did you call Apollo 13 science fiction?
No.
No.
It
Wait,
could
is
be,
that the
though.
new one?
For all we know, how we know it happened.
Wait, which one am I? What's the Apollo that just came out like a year ago?
Oh, you mean like the one that came out like 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Like, the
the
one
one-
that was like the horror movie.
Yeah, the shaky cam.
It was Apollo like
13?
19. No, it was Apollo
15?
No, it had like it was like 19. I want to say it was a really high up there number.
What's the Tom Hanks one?
That was actually a really good movie though. It was actually
It
worth
was?
seeing. Yeah, it
Oh
was actually,
wow, I'll have to check that one out.
What was the Tom Hanks one? That was up 13?
That was Apollo 13.
Okay, I gotta fucking.
Yeah, the other one was kind of like in the sense Paranormal Activity in space, but it actually had a really cool story and like what goes on. Like I almost don't even want to say it because it's like
Sounds like
you
a
see it-
student film. I really like Apollo 13.
Well, the one thing I thought was really cool just is like the movie is like half the movie's like it's like in full screen because it's supposed to be like 1970s style. It's only like in widescreen ones like the camera's outside the
yeah.
spacecraft. So I liked it a lot like that because just like the way it looked,
Yeah.
and then the stuff that they find like out there is pretty cool.
Like space crabs chase him, right?
Yeah, it kind of got like those things,
Okay.
but there's other cool stuff in it. Like
I'll
I know the movie's old, but like it makes it cool when you see it.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out at some
It's
point.
worth watching. I thought it was pretty cool. I actually liked it quite a bit.
And you were gonna talk about Elysium?
Yeah, that film looks amazing every
And
single
every
time
single
I
time, the
see
trailer
it.
is like mostly always the same trailer, but every time I see it, it's like, oh, it looks so
It
good.
looks so good.
look like a good
Looks
movie.
so good. Neil Blomkamp is like this is like he's getting like a lot of money for this. Like District 9 didn't he made that off of like a shoestring budget, and I'm just excited to see what he does with like an actual like budget to make a film.
Well, didn't he just go down to like a ghetto in South Africa and just say a ghetto that was about to be torn down? He says, "Hey, can I shoot this for a sci-fi?"
Yeah,
flick?"
that's what they
Yeah,
did.
I'm pretty sure he made it for like $500,000.
Which you look at that movie looks epic as fuck, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like what's
It's got a lot
small,
of CG in it.
It's got a lot of CG, and the thing is just like you can make a movie. It looks epic as fuck, but really most of the time he's just running around in a little kind of like just shanty town majority of the movie, and there's a few probably sets they actually made for the flick.
But no, yeah, that stuff was all it was all real. They just kind of like they're like, we're gonna tear this down. We shoot a movie here.
Yeah,
Well, you got like a month.
yeah.
When I say District 9 was made for $500,000, everyone's probably like, "Oh, that's a lot of money." I'm like, not for a feature
Movie.
film.
Yeah. Well, $500,000 make it, then God knows how long put it theatrically, but
Yeah, not when Michael Bay gets like $500 million for like Transformers 5.
Yeah, he's doing Transformers Forward also.
Wait, is there a 5 announced?
No, there's just
there's
4.
not a 4 yet.
I don't know. I was being ironic.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
Trying to
fucking-
be
you-
funny.
You fucking hipster.
The one thing about Elysium though is I just hope it doesn't have shaky camera though, because that was the only thing I didn't really like about District 9 Laws. I hated how the camera shook so much, and that always kind of bothers me. This movie doesn't look like it in the trailer, but
What do you think about Man of Steel though? Because there's some shaky cam in there.
there wasn't that. I didn't really notice the shaky cam in that one. I know some people.
It was
about that.
kind of like a minor like especially like when Kevin Costner's talking to Clark, like he's sitting on the back of the truck, and like it kind of bothered me a little bit, but I kind of liked the realism of it. of just like.
Well, because the one about District 9, it had like the over the top shaky camera where it's just like, whoa, I can't see what's going on. Like almost like you gave like some Tourette's kid like the camera, like hold this.
Well, the thing about District 9,
and that's the only thing about it. I really don't like shaky camera. It's like I almost feel like put that on a fucking tripod.
Not Paul Greengrass. You don't like Paul Greengrass?
The guy who did the Bourne movies.
Bourne. He did the pirate movie.
What pirate movie?
Tom Hanks pirate movie.
Tom Hanks pirate movie.
Tom Hanks fights the black pirates.
What?
Tom Hanks fights black.
You being
There's
racist?
a trailer for it. No, it's like based on a true story.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, no. I know what you're talking about, like the Somalia pirate movie.
Yeah.
What?
It's based on.
You didn't see that trailer?
No.
He didn't see it in 3D. So.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like.
I kind of want to look this up now.
No, it's
Black Pirates.
Well, you know,
Tom
like
Hanks fighting
Somalian pirates of like about 6 years ago by now, probably.
Yeah.
It's literally a story about that, but Tom Hanks is like the captain.
That's weird.
And he's Australian.
That's really weird. But I kind of want to look that trailer up now. Do you know what the name of it?
No, he's not like. I don't think he's Australian. He sounds like he's like John F. Kennedy almost.
What's the name
I
of
thought he
it?
was Australian. It's called.
He's kind of got the
name,
voice
Captain.
like this. I am Tom Hanks, and there was pirates on my ship.
I thought it was like Australian. Maybe it's not.
Well, because it feels like it sounds like he's like what the fuck is this guy from like Jersey or something?
Tom Hanks in the Jersey Shore.
It was like Captain whatever the
more
dude's
like,
name is. It was like Captain whatever the dude's name is.
Yeah, Captain,
okay.
whatever this dude's name is.
Captain question mark.
Captain Paul something I want to say.
Captain
Yeah.
Morgan fighting black pirates.
Captain Morgan.
But going back, but like they talk about the Paul, what's his name, Greengrass? Is that his name?
Greengrass, yeah.
I don't know, like the Bourne movies, like they're interesting. I haven't really sat down and watched all of them, and then I watched the movie Green Zone, which I thought was kind of funny. Cause Greengrass, he's like, I'm gonna make a movie called Green Zone now. And I don't know, I wasn't that blown away by lots of those ones. I don't know. I am one of those kind of people like I like the camera just to kind of like if somebody's maybe running, but like try to hold it as steady as possible. If you're gonna go handheld, get somebody who can actually hold it pretty darn steady. Don't do like the kind of like going up and down, left and right, and up and down, left and right.
You're steady cam operators for a reason.
You want to go to this for a second?
You gotta get those steady cam operators paid.
You said Green Zone. We're talking about like green grass. You almost could have his own thing like Greenland or something like that, because you could have like the shaky cam ride where you just get. It's kind of like one of those. It's kind of like a Star Tour. It's just shaky, just a shaky cam ride. If you want to be a little distasteful, the United 93 ride.
Oh wow.
Did he do that one?
He did United 93,
Okay.
yeah. If you want to be a little distasteful, yeah.
He should have just made Flight instead.
Oh, well, which
That
one
movie,
was
that was the one Denzel
Oh,
watched.
yeah.
That was the movie we
that was
should have saw instead of like whatever we
Robert
went.
Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis. We saw that instead of... We went to see... There was a movie we should have saw instead of
It's
that.
so we went and saw some movie. We're like, fuck, we should have just saw Flight instead. I can't remember what it was. Was it Wreck-It
Parker?
Ralph?
No, was it
Right,
Parker?
probably what.
Parker or Wreck-It Ralph? I want to say it's Parker or Wreck-It Ralph.
I don't think it was Parker because
We should. Well, we were going to say we should have saw
But you
Hansel
like
and Gretel.
Parker.
No, we don't.
no,
Like
yeah, no. Parker was we should have saw Hansel and Gretel. I think Flight was before that though.
Yeah, I think Flight was instead of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I think it was like there was like fuck, we should just went and saw Flight.
Yeah.
Denzel never lets us down
That Two Guns movie looks awesome. I can't wait for that one.
with the Marky Mark.
I just kind of don't really know what that movie's about.
It looks like it's what it's about. A DEA agent and a special secret agent or something.
Yeah, two secret agents. Let's just say that from different divisions get mixed up.
They think they're conning each other. They think that they're like teaming up with. They think they're like exposing a heist when they're really just
Exposing each other.
They accidentally stole money.
What sounds like the ending of 21 Jump Street. Like, have you seen 21 Jump Street?
Oh, I've seen Tony Jump Street. Yeah.
Like, when Johnny Depp, like, he reveals.
Yeah,
And
it's
like, oh, you guys are, like, doing this con the entire time. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
it looks kind of like that. Not exactly like that.
well,
But
yeah, I know.
But
obviously.
at no point I don't think is Denzel Washington going to pull off a nose. Oh, it's actually Johnny Depp the whole time. But no, but
Denzel Washington is Johnny Depp in real life.
they're both good enough actors.
Yeah.
So, it's just Johnny Depp is doing all the silly hat stuff, putting his hands out, and what he does is Johnny Depp. His new thing is he puckers out his lip, his lower lip, keeps his eyes wide open, arches back as far as he can go, and kind of has T-Rex hands.
And puts on a funny hat.
Yeah, that's kind of his new thing. Then he kind of looks around like, someone just walked in.
Or just play Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it right
Which
there.
is kind of irritating. But,
No, I do like Johnny
like, should
Depp,
I
though.
see Lone Ranger? Like,
You should.
I don't know.
It's good.
It's good.
Okay.
It's not amazing, but it's very enjoyable.
Because I hear a lot of people complaining about the whole Tonto thing.
Well,
about
Tonto
it
is the
being-
main character. Just go in there assuming that. And
Well, not about him being the main character, but mainly just because it's like racist. Very racist.
Really, I haven't heard anybody complain about that yet. Because that was the one thing I thought was funny. I was like, does anybody find this racist? Like, am I the only one that notices this?
I found it racist in the first trailer, but
Yeah,
I was just like, they're like, I keep watching those trailers. And I'm like, I really should watch this because Gore Verbinski needs that money. I'm just like, because he hasn't really had like.
Gore Verbinski's really been suffering since Rango.
Well,
since fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did anyone see Rango? I don't think anyone saw it.
I think it did good, and plus it won Best Animated Film.
It did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought a Pixar film beat it.
No, it won.
I don't know. Maybe that was like the year Cars 2 came out, and they're like.
Yeah, I think that was happening.
I don't know. I like to support the man because it seems like he still doesn't get any recognition.
He's a good director.
I think he's getting more recognition than most directors.
Well, yeah, but.
But no, anyway, two guns though. Yeah, so these
two guns.
They two different agents from two different divisions accidentally think they're conning each other, and they rob a bunch of money that ends up being the CIA's money. So now I guess it's a crooked CIA agent that's saying, "All right, you guys got to go get this money back somehow." So I guess looks like they're doing kind of like a heist, kind of bank robbery type.
They're
thing.
guys that don't want to work together, but they have to.
Yeah,
because the job calls for it.
And it looks like a '70s action film, like a Dirty Harry movie.
It looks really badass. That's actually one I'm looking really forward to.
It looks like Dirty Harry or like The Getaway, something around those lines.
Might be Redbox for me.
Really?
Well, you know,
I don't know. That's not an insult. I still want to see it.
Oh, I know.
I don't know.
That one's actually one of the coolest looking ones. Like that one, I'm probably looking forward to that one almost as much as maybe Wolverine. Actually, no. Actually, the one I'm looking most forward to is actually
that Wolverine trailer.
Machete Kills.
The Wolverine
Machete
movie
Kills.
just pisses me off every single time I see it for some reason.
You don't like Wolverine?
Well, its origins just piss me off, and it just feels
Really?
like that trailer.
You didn't like Wolverine Origins? What's wrong with you? None.
We're really
Spencer.
We're really the minority on that one.
I don't
really
really
know.
No, I know.
Well, I don't like X-Men to begin with, but I just
there
feel like
we go. There we go.
I feel like the Wolverine is just like, we're sorry for X-Men Origins or Wolverine Origins or whatever it's called.
That's a great movie.
So,
I love that movie.
I don't know, but I didn't really care for it.
I'm a big.
I like the
fan,
game.
Though.
I like the game. The game is cool.
Yeah, the game did get a lot of good reviews. This one, I think this one looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like it's going off that Frank Miller didn't write it, but he did the artwork for it. So like the.
And
Yeah,
did you
that's
guys have an
Chris
Ender's
Claremont
Game
one.
trailer in front of?
What?
And did you have an Ender's Game trailer in front
No, but I saw the trailer online.
Yeah. Like, what do you think of that?
I don't know.
Because I have a feeling, like, it looks cool, but I have a feeling that it's gonna, like, get shit on just because, like, the author is, like, a huge bigot.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with me. I mean, I never really read the book. I hear it's amazing. I'll probably see the movie, but I've always been... I shouldn't let it get to me, but I hear that the guy is just kind of like a total, like, asshole.
Yeah, he's like, oh, gays shouldn't marry, and like, fucking hate black people, and just like...
Yeah.
People shouldn't let... if that's what that guy believes, though, don't let that affect the guy's story, though.
I'm not gonna let it
I'm not
affect the
gonna let it-
story. It's one of those things that I've kind of never... I'm not gonna let it so much affect the story as much. It's just I never got around to reading. Like I'll get around to reading the book, but now I guess I'll just see the movie.
Well, I'm just...
Why read when there's a movie?
I'm just wondering if, like, people are just gonna go see the movie, or they're just gonna, like, Orson Scott Card, like...
That money's gonna
wrote
get
this,
to him
so-
somehow, regardless. But
Yeah.
whatever. It's just... I mean, I don't want to
People
discredit...
get kind of weird when it comes like that. They'll blame like a person's like actual personality on their like whatever their work is. It's like no, it's not the same.
I'm not
thing.
saying I should. It's one of those things I'm fully aware I shouldn't, but that's kind of like one of those things why because everyone says like, you never read Ender's Game? Like, no, I haven't. But it's one of those things it's not one of the things that's going to totally stop me. It just kind of deteriorated me from reading it or seeing it sooner. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like that conversation will end like someone says, "Oh, you haven't read Ender's Games?" Just like that person just leaves. Just like I fucking hate you, and just like I hate it when just people are like, "Oh, you haven't seen that movie," and they just walk off. And
People are really surprised
I'm
when
like-
they hear you haven't read Ender's Game. Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I know of it, but I never like knew it was that like big of a thing. That's like, what, you never seen it? Like almost like a Star Wars thing.
It's kind of considered to be like one of the biggest like science fiction books ever written.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's like I've always heard of it, but it didn't.
People
If
kind of
it's that big, why is not a movie of it yet?
people kind of said that when I went to go see the Hunger Games, and they're like, you haven't read those?" I'm like, "No." It's like,
There's another thing.
Hunger's Game was just a rip off of that Battle Royale thing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Battle
exactly.
Royale was better. I can tell you that much.
well, I don't know. I kind of like. The movie.
I'm not gonna say Hunger Games. Oh, let me tell you this. I'm not. Actually, I can't really say if it for a fact if it was better because I actually never sat down and watched Hunger Games. But
I saw the trailer though, so
But I'm gonna
It's
say
worth watching.
I'm gonna
it
say
was on at Best Buy.
I'm saying we got
It's
a
on
movie.
at Best Buy.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this: we
Had
got
that bullshit motion flow effect at Best Buy. It looked like it was a freaking soap opera.
Oh, that's a reference to like. We'll go back to that in a second. There is I'll come back to that in a second.
Finish your sentence.
Fuck was I? No, Battle Royale. I have a strong feeling it's already a better movie than Hunger Games. I wouldn't mind seeing Hunger Games at some point. Battle Royale. It's teenagers, bunch of Japanese teenagers killing each other on a fucking island with like bows and arrows, machine guns, machetes.
And let me rephrase, it's Japanese.
It's Japanese, so you know it's fucking
So you know
crazy.
it makes it even cooler.
It's fucking insane. And now we're gonna take it and we're gonna make it PG-13 and make. I mean, it's just taking that and suddenly make it PG-13. I know it's changing it around. It's more of like a thing about more like society and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'll be down to see it at some point. It's just not. I mean, I'm not one of those people like fuck Hunger Games. I'm just like I love the original so much. I'm just like I'm not in a huge rush to see it.
Redbox it.
Oh, yeah, I'll see it. I'll see it at some point.
Just Redbox.
It's apparently unavoidable, but yeah.
Yeah, really. Although Catching Fire does look really cool. I didn't really care for like the last one, but
Catching Fire, the second book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then there's the Best Buy thing. One time, one of our friends, he was
that pisses me off so much that they do that.
What?
It's just like it's tricking people into like thinking like, oh, this looks better because it's like a clearer picture. I'm like, no,
Are you talking about the double like frame rate?
Yeah,
I hate that.
It's so stupid. It makes the movie look terrible. Like I understand it's good for like sports.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is it looks really good for sports and anything that runs at 60 frames per second. But other than sports, that's one of the things. Like I refuse to watch a movie if it's on a TV that's running at like that double frame rate.
Yeah,
makes
Walmart even started putting that. Like I saw like the Avengers, like Walmart was playing like the Avengers on like the Samsung TV with the motion flow effect, and I looked up at it. I'm like, why does this look like
shit?
Like a British soap opera. I'm like, I don't know.
Any soap opera for that matter.
Yeah, really. It's just like, why are they selling like a TV like that? And plus, like,
technically, actually, a British soap opera would actually look better because everything over there runs in 25 frames.
Well, yeah, but
which is
you know
smart.
what I mean. But
what I was saying regarding that was kind of an inside joke. Is what happened is one time a friend of ours because when I first saw Transformers, I expected it to be total shit. So I was like, it's actually decent, the first one. So and I was telling it to a friend of ours, and he was saying, no, I saw it. It's total shit. Well, what part of it did you see? He's like, oh, well, I mean, I just didn't like the movie. I just don't really like superhero stuff. Like, all right, well, what did you not like about it exactly? Well, it was
a robot like going under a bridge.
Like that's a part of the movie. Where'd you see it at? Well, it was on the TV at Best Buy. So when you said you watched it, you didn't actually watch it. You meant to say
by it.
And there was a robot under a bridge. Okay.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. What time are we at?
An hour and 11 minutes.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's all I could think.
Oh, it happens. It's been a long, long week.
It's been a long road.
What movie plays next week?
Getting from here to here.
I was thinking, was that Neil Young for a second? No, I was thinking, it's a long road in front of me. It's a longer road behind me. No, but,
Copyright.
Neil Young's gonna call like
under 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Neil Young's gonna like call me up like, listen, motherfucker, I heard you on the. He like talks the
he
same way he
sounds
sings.
like that. Apparently.
His voice is always really deep. It's like, oh, I'm Neil Young.
Well, it's kind of like usually it's kind of like, hey, all you.
Let me sing here.
My name's Neil Young. This is a song I wrote back in 1977, maybe in 78. It's based off an old friend of mine. Here we go. Oh man, look at my life. I'm alive. So
it just goes all high pitch all of a sudden.
Be searching for a heart. No.
Marley, actually, really quickly, I got this. Did you see the Steve Jobs trailer?
Oh, well, I know.
The one of Ashton Kutcher?
It wasn't in my screening, but I've seen it before, and it looks pretty bad.
Well, it wasn't on our screenings. There's a few ones I actually did watch off the internet, because I saw that there was, like, Ashton Kutcher or Steve Jobs. I just gotta see what this fucking is. I'm at work. I got time.
Funny or Die apparently has a feature-length, like, parody of this with, like...
Who does?
Funny or Die, which they have a feature length, like I think hour and a half parody of this movie. Like it's telling the Steve Jobs story, but it's like a comedy.
Huh.
The
only reason I like it's like, do they have the Atari stuff in there? Because if they have the Atari stuff, that's worth watching it. Even I don't care if it's only like 5 minutes in the movie.
I don't know why they're making another Steve Jobs movie because
he died.
Like, well,
He
His
died.
book is out. His book is out, and
He
also
died.
just
People want money though. People are like Steve
Pirates of
Jobs.
Silicon Valley. That's pretty much the Steve Jobs movie. That's what I was trying to think of.
That's why you die, you get a movie.
Oh yeah, it's true. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, there you go.
This is it.
Well, yeah,
Even though that wasn't really.
He was in development, but
Yeah.
there's people already saying, all right, how are we gonna make this the next Michael Jackson movie?
Yeah.
People already talking about it.
How are we gonna get his family some money after he's dead?
You know-
Okay, release this is it.
There's got to be an Illuminati somewhere of a bunch of Hollywood producers saying, when is Keith Richards gonna die? You know?
There's probably just like this group that sits down and is like, yes, we wait for them to die and we make the money off of them.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
in Pirates 4, right?
Yeah, he was. He
Or
was in
Pirates 5.
He was in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Pirates 5, right?
I wish he was
Probably.
like in the entire movie of like 4.
Yeah.
That'd be badass. So it'd just be if him and Johnny Depp are just like doing shit together, like a father-son movie.
Cat Stevens.
It's like a buddy cop movie, except buddy pirate. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
well,
that sounds
kind of
really
more like
dirty.
sounds
really
really
gay.
It's like a father-son thing.
I just see it just ending with like if it's the two of them if the two of them go on an adventure together, I just see it like it's not time to make a change. Just that Cat Stevens. I remember there was one time actually. I remember there was one time you and me were walking through a. We were walking. I think it was Marley.
Yeah.
We were walking through a library at Columbia one time, and there's
Yeah.
a guy sitting at his computer. He had his laptop open, and he was like he had his headphones on. Really, I don't want to stereotype, but he's really nerdy looking, extremely.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he was literally had like
Yeah,
a
like
jar
of
of
goobers.
yeah, maybe it was you. It was like he had a jar. It was like peanut butter jelly mix, just eating it, just straight there. It's like that guy could only be listening to one of two things on those headphones: Final Fantasy remixes, or Cat Stevens' First Cut is the deepest. Only two things that guy can be listening to.
or My Little Pony.
He's that too. He's either happy and content and just rocking some Final Fantasy music,
It-
or
it's
he's
the
depressed.
final days of his life.
Yeah.
Because once you start eating goobers out of the jar, you're just like at the fuck it stage of life.
Well, when you just eat goobers in general.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Why anybody should be having that, just I don't know.
I can't. I think some bad comedian made a joke about it, like I can't be opening jars all day. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but that Steve Jobs trailer looks
Yeah.
pretty terrible.
It looked
It
kind of
really just looks like whatever Ashton Kutcher's name in that '70s show. That
Kelso?
character, Kelso, playing Steve Jobs.
yeah.
Really.
I might see if that's the case. If he's just playing Kelso, I haven't liked him since Kelso,
Yeah.
so that's what he's playing.
I don't know. It seems really weird that Sony is producing a movie about Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple. I'm just like, these companies are like competing.
I didn't
Like,
think about
Think
it.
about
That's
it,
a good
Sony's
point.
making money off this now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I didn't think about it. That's a good point, though.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yeah. Is there a movie that opens up next week, like Wolverine? Is that
I
coming
think
out?
that's the next week.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of any other movies.
I have to look. There's always something. Then you kind of go like, once you're like, oh, I don't think there's anything, and then you go, oh, wait a second.
Most
Yeah.
movies I really want to see. I mean, I want to see Wolverine, but most movies I really want to see come at the end of summer, and that's
That
Machete
August period
Kills.
has like a lot of sweet stuff.
Has Machete Kills, Two Guns, Kick-Ass 2. That's what
Elysium.
It's Elysium.
Did I say Elysium?
No.
No.
Okay.
Fuck you, Ryan.
Which is
I
a,
forgot
I meant
about
to say
it.
Elysium.
Is there a time when like two of those movies come out at the same time? Because I kind of hate when that happens. It's like,
I hope
fuck,
not.
that's expensive.
Yeah.
Or just theater hop.
Like a nice like $40 day.
You could theater hop, like I do.
Do you? Can you still get
Yeah.
away with that?
Well, I just
always thought they
when
started
one
cracking
movie
down
ends,
on
I
that.
just sit in the one movie for like another 2 hours.
Because
And there's so,
I almost think they almost, to a certain extent, they just accept shit you do at the movie theater. I'm like, I don't fucking get paid enough to deal with it. Because what happened today, actually, when we were in there, because we actually, if you listen to a few episodes back, Soda Shack, we snuck in some
Shack Soda.
Soda Shack.
it's
I,
Soda
I,
Shack.
I keep.
You want to say?
I want to
Soda
say
Shack?
Shack
It's
Soda.
like you're going to the store, you're going to a Soda Shack, but now it's got Shack as his name in it. It makes sense when you break it down.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think
have to try to make
Shaquille
it make
O'Neal broke
sense.
it down that way though. He's probably like Shack Soda, and then some.
Some intern fucked
Soda,
it up.
Yeah.
No, I think in the long, because at first I was calling it that too, but in the long run, I think about Soda Shack's a much better name than Shack Soda.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Continue.
they're these tall cans, these really big cans, and
I thought this was it for some reason.
no, this is
Well, they're the same size as the Arizona iced tea.
this is
cans.
Peace Tea right here. Yeah, they're these big like 40-ounce cans right
Fucking
here.
hippie.
It's good fucking tea, whatever.
Continue.
No, but anyway, I was sitting there drinking it, and like somebody comes down. We're at the bottom row, and some lady comes in with a little checkboard and a little glow stick, and just stands there, and I have it. I'm in mid, like bringing the thing up. You know they don't.
You're like, things. What the fuck are you gonna do?
It was kind of a little bit of that.
I'll beat the shit out of you in front of everybody here.
I'm not afraid to hit a woman in a movie theater. I'm just some belligerent guy. No. She looks at me. I have this soda. She looks. We like lock eyes for a second. I go back to drink it. I just look back at the screen. She just walks out and like, oh, okay. You know, I was like, shit. Is she gonna walk up to me and tell me to?
The only person that's gonna walk up to you is Mr. Regal.
Mr. Regal.
Mr. Regal.
He's gonna come down with his top hat and his monocle. Like, excuse me, son.
I thought that was Jeremy. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, don't say that.
Jeremy Regal?
No, Jeremy's that's the dude I was talking to that was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly not Mr. Regal. He's working behind the counter.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I like Jeremy.
Everyone's Mr. Regal at Regal.
No,
that's what they like to say.
They're like, we are one.
Well, I remember when we were like kids, though, we used to just get dropped off at the movie theater at like noon or 11, and you literally watch movies till like 9 at night. You like eat popcorn out of the trash can and everything.
What?
No, because what you do is you grab like people just like chuck those away. Where you're like, well, whatever. You take the kind of the bowl thing out, pour it out, and then go get your free refill.
I just see it being one of those things. Kind of like I see.
Never even thought of doing that.
See, when you're poor, you think of how to survive.
I was poor. I didn't even think of that.
I just gotta imagine just like a normal movie theater, and they're on the trash can. There's like a bunch of like feral children surrounding the trash can, like grabbing some popcorn and running off into the other theater. Like, get those kids, you know. There's like
kind of like back in the day when people had money at pizza parlors. You know, a lot of people would just go like they'd eat like half a pizza and they just leave it there, and you're like, well, fuck, it's no different than your friends grabbing the pizza. Let's just go over there and take that before like they throw it away.
Just a bunch of feral kids just at Chuck E. Cheese, like hopping on a table, hunched over, grabbing it, and running off.
But after about 2008,
like tokens
it's hard to do that nowadays. People are not as they're stingy nowadays. They take everything with them.
They're stealing like tokens and shit, and like playing like the Jurassic Park like shooter game and shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, those feral kids again.
But yeah, theater hopping, it's like you got $5, you paid for the movie ticket, and then you'd see like all 9 movies in one day.
Yeah. And everybody, have that kind of. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's harder to theater hop now, but I just sit there for an hour and a half, and if Jeremy comes in to check the theater out, just like, hey Jeremy, what's up? He just walks out.
He nods, like,
he's like, okay. He's like, yeah. And I know Dennis really well, the manager there.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I met Dennis. He was with jury duty with me.
Oh, he was?
You're a real nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool. He should be a GM there, but Regal's kind of...
They had the one evil guy there for a while. Like just
yeah, he was not very good. He's very lazy.
Everybody kind of hated him from what I understand.
Yeah.
No, there's one
Everyone
time...
was glad he left.
Our friend Alex was working there for a while. I was in there. I was just bullshitting with him for a little while. He was like, ripping
nobody in line.
Nobody in line. I was just talking to him. The guy's like, excuse me, I don't need you interrupting my employees. Just like, dude, there's nobody around.
Like, fuck you.
And then at some point, I mean, it was kind of dumb on me. Maybe I was just being too I was being too, like, I don't know. It was dumb on my part, but I literally walked in there with, I want to say it was a midnight release to Spider-Man 3. And I walked in there with like a rock star or something. And the guy said like you can't bring that in here. He's like no, he's like trying to stop me from walking in before I go into the movie theater, but not before the movie theater, but just walk in the lobby. Like I cannot go in there holding. I already bought my ticket. Like okay, you cannot go in there until you finish drinking that. So I'm like, oh, are you fucking serious, dude?
They don't seem to be as hard on that as like before. Like, like I usually I walk in there with like a bunch of candy and like a soda that I bought from like the gas station, and they don't even care anymore.
I don't walk in there with that, but I hide it. But it's very obvious. Like because what I do is I'll take like a big like soda or a big can, I'll stuff it in my sock, and then over my pants. So I just have this big lump just outside my leg, and as I walk, you're
kind of walking like a pirate.
Yeah,
like you got a peg leg or something.
Exactly. And then
if someone asks you about it, it's like I have cancer.
I'm waiting for the day it falls out of there, it just explodes. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I remember what I used to do back in like high school. You'd stick it right by like in your crotch area, so like if nobody's gonna fucking question it now.
Yeah.
Who wants some crotch Skittles?
Crotch Skittles.
You're just reaching into your pants and eating it out of your fucking pants. Nobody's gonna ask for any that way.
Well, I think the movie
you might have a Pee Wee Herman. Here's the case.
Oh yeah.
Where he's just like just whipping out a pair of Skittles. Although he whipped out a. Never mind.
I do think that like a movie theater would be really smart though if they just opened up like almost like a convenience store inside the movie theater. Like if it was just a full on like fucking gas station style, you go in there, you just get like all kind of stuff. and it wasn't like too expensive. I know they keep going like, well, the main reason it has to be expensive is because we're not making enough money. I'm like, well, fuck, if you sold a hot dog for $3, everybody would buy one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna pay $7 for a hot dog.
Well, apparently people
same
do pay
douche.
$7 for a hot
Well,
dog.
there still is left. I'm always surprised when I walk to the theater and you always see so many people that got like
Fucking
big
nachos.
Thing, got nachos, big thing of popcorn, big fat. It's like
they
did you just
spend
spend $30
$150
just to get in here for yourself? It's like, what the fuck?
Like that family of 15 that sat right
Did they
behind
have
me.
everybody had popcorn? Everybody
Everyone
had
had
soda.
popcorn. Everyone had soda. And
And it's like, how the fuck do you afford that?
Well, those are the people that are just like, oh, we only go to one movie a year.
Yeah, so we save up the piggy bank, and once we reach 100, we can go.
Yeah.
We break the piggy bank. We actually have literally one of those kind.
Well, I hate those people complain about the movie theaters too, and they go like, "Well, it just costs so much to go," and then like,
It's like, you don't have
and it's
to
like,
buy concessions.
no, you just fucking pay for the ticket.
Yeah.
But you gotta have the popcorn. No, you don't.
Oh, the ticket's
My
pretty
popcorn, I got
expensive
the
right now.
free. I got the free.
I love that
popcorn
when you
today.
get the free stuff, you gotta enjoy that. My favorite
Yeah.
part too is like, you want to upgrade this to a large? No.
And when you say no, they're like, well, I understand.
I
They
understand.
know.
Do they still do that same thing where if they don't ask you to upgrade, you get a free movie ticket?
What?
Like, you know the...
I'll have to keep an eye out for that shit.
I remember
Like-
they used to do that, but I haven't seen them do it yet though.
Yeah, I kind of want to bring that up because I've never actually done it. And, like, people there haven't really upgraded me to a large. I want
Well,
to
you know
go
what happens when
complain
you
to
get that
the
free
GM.
movie ticket though is that person gets taken in the back room and Mr. Regal beats the shit out of them.
Well, the back
You're
of that,
supposed to upgrade them to a large!
back to the guy that probably would beat them if they did that. Who would be Mr. Regal, the one douchebag that no
The
one liked.
fat dude.
The guy who wishes he was Mr. Regal.
Yeah, but what happened is there was another time when I went to go see. What was it? Observe and Report. And I went in there. Some
That's
friends
the
were a
Seth
little
Rogen
late. That's the Seth Rogen one. Yeah. Some people were a little late. Like two friends of mine were a little late, and my phone went off. And was before the trailer started, so I went out there and like, well, they forgot their IDs, and they were over it. They were old enough, but they forgot their IDs. I'm like, well, okay, they look like they're under 17. He's all like, well, I can't let them in regardless. I'm like, well, all right, well, I guess I can be a guardian, sort of, So I literally, so I bought
Signed the back of the.
signed the back of the thing. So it's like, all right, but if anything happens, it's your responsibility. He points it at me. I'm like, yes, sir. I salute him and just walk off.
Well,
It's my responsibility, so if Kyle, starts taking a shit in the middle of the aisle, I gotta be ready to clean it up. Knowing Kyle, he'd do it just to fuck with me. So
I remember one time Kyle took an apple, chucked it up in the air, and it landed on the ground. We had to clean it up at school.
Kyle just starts just walks up to that guy. Pulls
Everybody
out his
got in
dick,
trouble but Kyle.
Kyle just walks up to that guy, just pulls out his dick, just stands there.
What are you gonna do?
Like, am I in trouble now? Kyle's this good-looking, like firefighter friend of ours. Yeah.
Well, I remember
He likes to show his dick to people for whatever reason.
It's weird.
Well, I remember being kids, and when you went to the movie theaters, like, you want to see a rated R movie, it's like, you would just get, like, some, like, hobo guy, obviously, like, hey, could you just come by and say you're our uncle?
It was literally the opening to South Park, the movie.
Yeah, so like that, and you just get this old man to come up and like, these are my nephews. Can I sign their ticket? And I remember, like, doing that for a lot of movies.
One kid's Mexican, one kid's black, 3 of them are white. They're interracial parents, a lot of divorces.
A lot of adoptions. It's like, we
But I
adopt more kids than
I don't think they let that happen anymore, because I think like, that guy has to actually go in there with you.
Yeah.
If you're a kid.
Yeah.
Seems to be the case now, yeah.
I mean, now that you're older, you're like, whatever,
I
fuck
remember
it. I hope kids can't come into the movie theater. That's all I'm hoping now.
I remember I felt so bad for him. We went to go see Predators, and we were leaving, and as we were leaving, there's a family coming in, and there's like it was like a mom and a girl, and then like a boy. The boy had to be like probably 14 or 15, and he's like, yeah, can I get one for Predators? Like, I'm sorry, you're not old enough. Like, Mom, would you just buy me a ticket? Like, oh yeah, just buy him the ticket, it's fine. You gotta be in there with them. Like, sorry, son, looks like you're seeing Twilight with us.
Wow.
I know, I think that's so dumb too. It's like, you gotta be there with him. Like, what? Like,
And so he just starts screaming and crying. He has glowing blood.
I mean, once the kid's over 10 years
Glowing
old, it's like,
blood.
Jesus Christ.
Predators greed
Oh, okay.
glowing blood.
I thought he was like, I don't know.
Have you ever
like,
seen Predator?
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
Predator. I was just like,
Thermal heat vision. No.
I was just
fries
thinking,
my
I always thought
brain.
he was like complaining about, oh, I have to see Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, he sparkles.
Sparkles. Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Ugh. Well, looks like a good place to end off at.
Yeah. Have you guys ever thought of like like making an ad for Old Man Orange and putting in front of like the fucking the Regal thing.
I have. I think about that all the time.
Just show our teaser trailer. Just show our like Old Man Orange trailer like on the YouTube.
Or just have drunk Batman just like, hey, we do cartoons. Go here.
I really do. I really would love to show that just right on there because everybody would be like, what the fuck?
And then Batman's just scratching his dick. Just like
someday I'm gonna call that number just to see what the price is.
No, it's Batman in a corner, hand against the wall, other hand jerking off. He's looking
over his shoulder like,
hey folks, caught me in an awkward moment, but I'm just here to tell you about Old Man. Oh God! He shows his woe. He just says like,
it just goes all over the camera like, oh, I can't stop.
He just says oldmanorange.com. Like, I gotta fucking see this.
that sounds brilliant now.
I really want to know because if that Jeff Berger like dentist guy can have a fucking ad on there, I feel like we should.
He's a dentist.
I know.
He's a.
Maybe we'll get him to sponsor us.
Yeah.
Find out how much it is, and I'll pay it.
I'm
I'll pay
Dr.
the
Jeff.
price.
Even if it's just a week, I feel like it would totally be worth like $200 just for everybody in that theater to see it.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Jeff.
Make sure
Jeff
it's
Berger.
being played in front of like a popular movie, not like fucking.
It plays in front of all the movies.
Hopefully
does?
playing everything,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm Dr. Jeff Berger, and I'm here to talk to you about
So
Old
if I
Man
could plays in
Orange.
front of like Despicable Me too.
When I'm not...
That's
when I'm
actually
not
really good. This is like a local dentist. Just like I'm here to.
He's all going like, you know, like, when I'm not drilling holes in people's teeth, I like to listen to podcasts and watch cartoons involve Batman and his dick, you know?
And dolphins.
Yeah.
I fucked a dolphin once.
I'm a billionaire. I can do whatever I want.
I'm a billionaire. That's why I'm a dentist.
Not a billionaire, but he's fucking rich. You know that.
He's like
I haven't even met the guy, but
a thousandaire.
I drive past his work every day, just about.
He's kind of a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
He is? Okay.
Yeah.
Did he put his dick in your mouth?
No.
You just wake up one day like, what the fuck kind of surgery was that?
I was under anesthesia.
Knockout. It's anesthesia. We got a new brand of anesthesia. Let's hope it works, guys. You know,
Well,
test it on this Marley kid.
Well, someday we'll get that ad on that
Yeah.
Regal thing.
Find out how much it is.
I know. I'm gonna call
you
that
guys
number
pay
next.
for it.
Next time that number comes up, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna at least figure it out. It can't be. I bet you it's expensive, but I can't imagine being that expensive at the same time.
Yeah.
Just imagine just the trailer we have on our YouTube page.
Well, till then, check out oldmanorange.com. And I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
And I'm not sure what I should promote here. But
Marley Silverbrand.
I'm Marley Silverbrand.
He does.
Cinephiles podcast?
I guess. We haven't recorded one in a while.
I noticed.
I'm down for
Yeah.
whatever. Let me know when.
Yeah. I kind of want to do a Arrested Development podcast.
I have to get caught up on that shit.
Well, yeah. Well, you should.
All right. Well, anyway, we're out.
I said, yeah, we're out.
Bye.